crash number 1. Lost a propeller. Everything else looks okay. We'll have to test it though.
If I were to put a Chamber of Commerce, I'd put it over here. I'm gonna go this way, and if we don't see it, then we'll go downtown.
All right, sounds good. Looks like a cool boat. It's only so big, we can only go so far anyway.
Do you think we should just Google it?
Yeah, let me look at my phone.
All right, here. I'm gonna pull over.
Okay. Yeah. It's by Tall Pine Liquor Lounge and Bigfork Drug.
Bigfork traffic jam. What could this be?
Oh, you got it? Yeah.
We are here.
I'm JANINE BEAUBIEN, and I live in Bigfork, Montana. I've lived here for 10 years, and I'm the current president of the Bigfork Chamber of Commerce. So everything we do in Bigfork is all community involved, raising money to do all the things we do in Bigfork. We just undecorated after Christmas, and we have the elves. And we meet after Thanksgiving on a Saturday morning at 8 o'clock. And we decorate the town with garland and lights, fresh Christmas trees, and we have them everywhere. And then we get together after the season. We got to go last Saturday and we undecorate our town. We pick up litter in April, we clean the fork, and then the next day we have the taste of Bigfork. You go from restaurant to restaurant, and there may be more than one venue in there, and you'll get your sampling of food with, you know, a wine or beer or whatever beverage. So it's fun. You're just walking around downtown Bigfork to the different places, and there's so much to draw you here. You know, just taking your kids out and swimming. There's, you know, the Wild Mile Trail that runs along the river in Bigfork. I mean, that's with our tourists, with our residents, people walking and doing that while they're here. They're hiking, they're up in Jewel Basin, they're at Glacier Park, they're at Swan Lake. I mean, you don't want to be inside here in the spring and summer months.
We just got done flying the drone up here on the nature trail. We're gonna head down to get some food. We'll go see what happens.
This is Flathead Lake Brewing Company. My name is David Brengard. I'm Director of Operations and Brewmaster. So basically all our grain is grown here in Montana. It gets malted in Great Falls. So there's barley in the field, then there's malted barley where they modify the barley, and what they do is germinate it and trick it into thinking it's going to grow, so it produces a bunch of starches. And we're after those starches in the brewing process. So that's a ways out as it goes in there. So we're talking about one batch of beer will be held in there. We drop it down, add water to it at a certain temperature. We bring, that's called the mash at that point. Once we have the starches converted into sugars, we start running it off into the kettle where we boil the beer. The grain goes away, it goes out to local farmers down in Polson. It goes to feed because it still holds 90% of its nutrients. So right now in the cellar, this is an active fermentation happening right here. so the tank is venting, and nobody can brew the same beer unless you're brewing on the exact same equipment every time. So the possibilities are limitless. No matter what size you look across the state of Montana, we have about 80 breweries in the state right now. I mean, that's almost one for every little town. Havre has a brewery, Sydney has a brewery, you know? Every little town in between, Belgrade, Miles City, you know, all these little breweries. I mean, Bigfork, we're a town of 4,500, and look at what we have here in this town, and it supports it. So we're back to the days where people are drinking local beer within their own community. It's amazing. It's all of our raw materials come from the United States. Our cans come from Wyoming. Our hops come from Washington State. Our malt comes from Montana. So it's great for the economy.
Yeah, this is the way to do it, Bill.
Hello. I'm Ben STOREST. I'm the owner, roaster of Fieldhead's Coffee. This is my shop. We used to only roast wholesale, but now we're doing retail. We want to show what we've got and just display coffee every which way we can. We have some popular items. We do a lot of nice single origins to mess with. We have cold brew on nitro in the summer. This just goes like crazy. See it kind of cascade. Then our espresso too, you know, everyone likes their espresso drinks. We have a few different espressos that are rated in the 90s. The one that we like to serve here is the most recent espresso blend I came up with. It's getting a 92 out of 100 with Coffee Review in California. I'll do a little bit of this and that, taste the product, and then just start adding components to where I'm aiming at.
In that process, do you ever get way off?
Yes. Like I think I'm
going
going somewhere.
End up making hot water?
No, it'll be like, I thought I was gonna get this, I thought I'd get this chocolatey tone. Instead I'm getting this punchy fruit that I didn't intend on, because both of the blends are clashing a little bit and getting fruity, you know, for both of the single origins that I put in the blend. So I aim with, I have intention, but then it doesn't work exactly. So I have to adjust it.
What made you get into this line of work? Like, you come from a coffee family?
No.
Your grandpa was a coffee man, dad was a coffee man?
Carpenter. My dad's a contractor. I've been a carpenter my whole life. I mean, that, you know, I use that here building this out, but I have a family with 2 girls, and I could train them carpentry, but this is something we could do, and they're involved. I've been training them to roast. They're actually really good baristas. They're 15 and 16, so it's something we can do as a family. bag it and get it in the bags right away. That's it. Done.
Hey, they're here. Jenna and Penny have arrived. Woo! Here you go, Miss Burke.
Oh, thank you.
You get any toys? Where's your toy?
Why is it? What? How come?
You become like a politician in town, obviously. Everybody comes to you for answers. It could be anything. I refer to myself as the shell answer man. Hey, Tom, do you have the phone number to so-and-so? Or, hey, do you know where I can get my computer worked on? Or any of those things. We're at the Tall Pine Lounge in Bigfork, Montana. We had this bar built in sections, and we came in here on a Sunday night, closed down 2 hours early, and we tore out the old bar and had this one in place and back operational on Monday morning. The wood all came from a local mill in Ferndale, and he had these blue pine slabs that he'd had laying around for a long time, and so he said, yeah, when I started talking about building the bar, he says, I got the perfect piece of wood for you, man. He says, you're gonna love it. And I told him I wanted the natural wane left on it and all that, so it's got some really pretty blue stripes in it. And I originally was gonna let people engrave their names in it, and everybody's like, no, it's too pretty, you can't do that, you know. So we just decided not to do that. We're right next door to the Chamber of Commerce, but where do you go when you go into a town you've never been before and you got questions? Stop at the local pub.
Say Bigfork treated us well, but that would be an understatement. We met folks from all walks of life and got to spend a weekend with friends both old and new. And every smiling face we met had one thing in common. They loved living in Bigfork, and they loved sharing their excitement about it. And because of that, we had great beer, excellent food, and were treated warmly everywhere we went. We came, we saw, and we'll be back.